don't care what you say, what you do, how you feel. As long as you can show me a good time. I don't need promises, honest.
I like hills. That's what we're running with me, is I like hills. It's a long one, this one. Perfect day for kayaking today, so I've been indoors all day moaning about it. And we've come out for a run in the evening, and Kim and I have both been running a fair bit. We haven't run together for a little while though.
No.
And she hasn't seen this hill I've been running up. We've been running up Bryn Road. Guess what Bryn means in Welsh? Hill. There's a lot of Bryn roads. Try not to touch anything. Oh, the shades are nice and cool. Proper summer vibe today. Running at Kim's pace, which I really like. It's like my ultra pace. It's lovely. Stop and look at flowers and stuff. And we see a lot of runners out now, and even more cyclists, which is great. Apparently it's really hard to buy a bike now because everybody's cycling. It's one of the few things you're allowed to do. And Sunday morning there were so many cyclists out. It was brilliant. So good. Sign of things to come, hopefully. Okay, so it's a long climb and we're going to hit a steep section now. I really like steep sections, and then it's long downhill ish, a tricky one. You know, if you can't run it, just keep plodding away. Just keep plodding away. Whew. Oh, this doesn't feel so steep. Okay, it's getting steeper now. Okay, now it hurts. I'm not going hard or fast, it's just steep and long. Oh, where's she gone? You got the GoPro effect, you can't see how steep that is. Okay?
Yep. There's no way to run out of that.
It's good, isn't it? It's downhill now. The other reason for this is I'm showing Kim new paths. She got lost running around here the other day and went up this path, so I showed her where it goes now. That one's actually quite a difficult descent because it's quite fast and long and really uneven. But if you when you run short steep things, you run down them faster than I do. Except tarmac for some reason, I don't understand that. Look how dry it is. Would you believe this is Wales in May? I know my memory's skewed. This does feel like the best weather we've ever had. And of course we can't go outdoors. Except for this, we can't go outdoors and do all the other really exciting outdoorsy stuff that we like to do. I am a strong believer in Sod's Law, so it's to be predicted. This is supposed to be a stream. Right. I'm really hoping that in the next month or two will be allowed back, you know, like onto the beaches or something sensible. I would give up climbing for the rest of the year if I could just kayak or surf or swim or snorkel every week or anything, or just sit on the beach next to the sea. Maybe a little bit of bouldering, I mean, everything we do away from that first hill takes so much out of you. Everything we do is so far from everybody else, isn't it? It's not like we sit on the beach with loads of other people. We get in the sea and then you're away from everybody. Or we get on a crag and then you're away from everybody. But it is what it is. It's me taking you up that first hill. That's what makes the difference. That's why I like it so much, because it makes the rest of the run so much harder.
Here.
Go right, yeah. And these paths are usually really overgrown by now, but because there are so many people walking, it's usually just me and dog walkers and that's it. But there's so many people out using these paths, it's not too bad yet. It's when the sting nettles come up, this one becomes not so nice. Kim went shopping this week. We only buy groceries once every 2 weeks, so we've got loads of food in the house. So I'm really looking forward to getting back and having some cold Coke that's in the fridge. Ah, such a luxury. It's not good for me. It's a luxury. I've been running first. It's fine. The kids definitely don't get the idea of rationing food. Once the fridge is full of stuff, they just eat it all because they find it. Jack has actually come out of his room and he's been on the slack line.
He even borrowed my yoga mat.
Did he?
He was doing exercise in his bedroom. He had them all written down on a bit of paper.
And Kim cut his hair.
Oh yeah.
It got so shaggy, he'd had enough of it. He relented and asked you to cut his hair.
Like a proper cut with scissors
Yeah.
and clippers.
Did a really good job too.
Yeah, it wasn't done with a spray myself actually. Not intending on doing it again at the hurry mind, but needs must.
Annabelle's PE that she does at home is sometimes doing strength work at me, but she's been tasked with learning a new skill. So she's learning slacklining, and I'm going to give her some juggling balls. I think she's going to learn how to juggle as well. That's a good skill.
I don't care. Oh, 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 oh. And the fanciest things couldn't make me believe in us. I'm here for pleasure, so don't you do.
This is what I was on about last week. Annabelle says the Mac has actually been running better just because I hoovered it. So it's probably having a few temperature issues. So I've got me a few bits, and theoretically I should be able to add this solid state drive to the Mac fairly easily and speed it up. It's got a spinny disc in the top here. We didn't skimp when we bought it. It's a pretty good Mac, but the solid state disc is what we're all using these days and should speed it up. So let's take it apart and see if it works. The hissing you can hear is my coffee machine, so let's get a coffee first. So I've got the Mac, I've got a T6 Security Torx driver which should let me get into it. I've got my NVMe disc. I've got a copy, like a Chinese copy of the adapter that Apple would use to plug that into the motherboard, but it's also going to need an adapter to convert it from the old Apple SSD socket jobby to the modern NVMe socket jobby, and I've got a few extra little screws which might help me out. What do you reckon? I reckon 65% chance of success. Well, that's it. Super simple. The hard bit was working out that it would all squeeze together enough so you could screw it onto the board, but the installation was easy. The question is whether it actually works. I'll put it back together and then we'll see if it boots up. First, does it start up? Happy Mac sound, that's good. Second, will disk, what's it called, disk manager, disk utility, see the new disk? If it does, the next job then is to clone it across. So there shouldn't be any speed changes now because the disk isn't doing anything yet. See, I can't see the disk we've installed. No, that didn't work. Back to the drawing board, that was expensive. Oh well, it was worth a go and I haven't completely given up. The only expensive bit of that really was the drive, the storage drive, and needless to say I can use that elsewhere in many other projects, but I'll have another go at it. Bit of a head scratcher. So the other thing that's happened recently is that the only thing that's changed in the rules about the lockdown is that now we're allowed to go out more than once a day for exercise, and we should still be based from home, but I think we can go out for as long as we like. We probably could have done before as well. It was just kind of a guideline that you could only go out for up to an hour rather than a hard and fast rule. But I was getting a little bit lazy. I would either run one day, strength train the next day, and I was probably I was doing less than an hour of training each day. Whereas normally cycling to work and back will do me an hour, and then I strength train, run, climb, and whatever on top of that. So now that we're allowed out a bit more, I'm trying to get at least an hour of exercise each day, which is a little bit bizarre. That's 7 hours a week, because when I was training for triathlon, my biggest weeks were about 28 hours. That wasn't for Ironman, that was just for 2 hour Olympic distance racing. Anyway, but I haven't been able to lose weight. I've lost a little bit, about 1 kilo, and I have made a concerted effort. But I had a look at my body fat measurements, and my body fat measurements have been coming down. So in fact I have been, these fingernails, I have been losing fat and putting on muscle, which is not bad for a man of my age, and that's the result of consistently doing 30-35 minutes of strength work every other day for 8 weeks. So there you go. And my stress levels are definitely lower than when I'm at work. So this, this lockdown is it's doing me good. Maybe it doesn't feel like it a lot of the time, but it's doing me good. Anyway, another week and a half, and the government looks at the numbers again, and then we'll see what we can do next. So maybe we'll be allowed out to the beach and we can do all those things. But in Wales, people are being pretty sensible. All the rate of infections going down, the rate of deaths per day due to COVID is going down. I've got this on my doorstep. This is within walking distance of my home, so I'm going to try and get out more, spend more time in places like this, because it feels good, it feels nice. And we'll be back in the sea before you know it. But I'm kind of running out of projects to do at home. Must think of some more projects. Right, see you guys next week.